Hello, friends. We're still at the Milan exhibition, and in this video, we'll take a look at the Sicis stand and their new products. This year, Sicis decided to present their collection a little differently. They've broken it down into elements so that we, the visitors and viewers, can more easily appreciate all the facets of the Sicis portfolio. In the first room, we're presented with an all-encompassing collection called Gemma. Gemma comes in several types of pendant lights. There's Gemma Ring, which is a ring, and Gemma Round, magnificent circles with patterns made from Vetrite, a signature and exclusive material from Sicis. The update is that round wall lights have appeared, but we were already familiar with the wall lights and floor lamps in the form of rounded rectangles. We move on to the next room and immerse ourselves in the atmosphere of Amaretto. Amaretto is both furniture pieces and lighting fixtures, and the news here is that a new colored glass has been introduced. The inspiration for this collection was the famous macarons, which are made from almond flour. That is precisely why the collection is called Amaretto. It's also worth paying attention to the new pattern on the armchair upholstery. We see the same pattern in the form of water jet cutting from the material Vetrite. Moreover, it can be made from elements crafted from different Vetrite textures, or it can be made from a single one. In this case, we can enjoy the delicate pattern of the seam lines. Now we move on to a very recognizable collection called Junco, which consists of vertical pendant lights, and they pair beautifully with the new Vetrite, featuring a new texture that resembles a bamboo pattern, but executed in a very interesting technique. Firstly, it is sepia-toned. Secondly, it has a matte surface with integrated chrome sections. The Bohème collection is designed for outdoor areas. It has an IP65 water resistance rating, yet still looks quite luxurious. It's hardly possible to tell that this product is intended for outdoor use. The addition here is that wall-mounted Bohème fixtures have also appeared. They look fantastic against the backdrop of bright and striking wallpaper made on a viscose base, which belongs to the Fomosaic collection. Fabric with exactly the same design is also used for the upholstery of the armchairs, in combination with velour. And here we have an entire ballet troupe, made up of the eponymous light fixtures. There are also updates here in the stage design and costumes of these wonderful dancers. Previously, the ballerinas only had silver and gold tutus, but now some rather interesting and bright colors have been added as well. And accompanying this ballet troupe is a pair of new models of wall lights. The Katana lighting series was inspired by the aesthetics of the Japanese sword, and here all possible configurations are presented, of which there are practically countless. These include wall lights, which can be positioned either vertically or horizontally. There are also pendant lights, again either vertical or horizontal, in various lengths. There are also complex compositions, which you can quite literally create according to your own wishes and based on your personal aesthetic tastes and needs. And do note that the shades made from Vetrite can also be combined in a completely random way, or perhaps in a way you've planned out in advance. And of course, floor lamps from this same series will make a great addition to relaxation areas and serve as a fantastic lighting accent. Moreover, they can also vary slightly in terms of design. There are single ones and there are double ones, and here too, you can combine different Vetrite colors. These Katana lamps look absolutely stunning against the wallpaper from the Fomosaic collection, called Eurydice. Let's move on to the next room, where we're greeted by an absolute premiere for 2025, the Yo-Yo lighting collection. Yo-Yo comes in different diameters. The glass shades are in various colors, and they are crafted by hand on the island of Murano. They are suspended on leather cords, and, of course, they look wonderful when grouped together. The print on the viscose wallpaper is repeated in a smaller scale on the elements of the screen, which is finished in velvet. We got acquainted with the Elise collection at the Sicis exhibition in 2024. Here it is presented in all its glory as a washstand composition with lighting, with metal frames, or with more rounded shapes, with an integrated basin or with a countertop two-tone basin, combined with mixers which, by the way, can also have handles made from vetrite. Here is a luxurious round bathtub, and of course, the centerpiece of the composition is the shower enclosure with rounded glass panels. It's worth paying attention to the pattern on the shower enclosures here. It repeats the design from the Oni gem collection, but is done in a gradient. Special attention should also be paid to the panel made from vetrite, on which the Curvix composition is installed. At first it may look like a tree, but it is not quite so. There are also some rather interesting optical effects used here. The design is called Diluvio Mocha. And now we move into the actual Sicis atelier. Here, you can find every possible fabric and every possible design. These designs and fabrics together make up the entire world of Sicis, because the same design can be produced using different techniques. For example, toile de juillet can be made as both jackwood and silk. Artistic mosaic patterns can be used both as upholstery fabrics and as fabrics for window decoration. There are outdoor versions of the fabric for terrace furniture. If you prefer more minimalist solutions, you should pay attention to the more restrained color options. For example, in fabrics that imitate cosmati mosaic patterns or in the more rhythmic design from the diamond collection. And it is in this room that the possibilities of Sicis in the field of textile decoration are most clearly demonstrated. The curtains are made of velour. The upholstery for the Botero armchair is jackwood. And here, on the wall, we see exactly the same design, but this time in the form of viscose wallpaper. And of course, we see the same pattern on the carpet. Above the table from the Philippe collection, there is also something new, a group of lamps from the Shanghai collection. At the moment, we only see the pendant versions, but I am sure that, just like in the other collections, additions will appear here as well. We'll be keeping an eye on it. A decorative panel, created using various techniques and materials, will make an absolutely stunning accent in any respectable living room. But if you're more drawn to architectural effects, Sicis offers several truly inspiring ideas here. I was absolutely amazed by the luxurious boiserie made from vetrite, with a talo texture, that is, a canvas-like texture, and the decorative columns are made from the same material. L'Arc translates from French as waves. This is the name of a new sofa collection, which really does have very smooth, very natural, soft silhouettes. One of the waves curves around, like a breakwater, an integrated side table made from acrylic resin, and inside we see golden mosaic, a kind of display case that showcases an exceptionally valuable work of art. In the center, there are some very unusual coffee tables for Sicis, which are made from dichroic glass. They create a very interesting visual effect. And Sicis have tried to recreate exactly this visual effect in their new wallpaper collection, which is called Blurred Pastel. It features a gradient of very unusual, quite vivid shades. Last year, Sicis amazed everyone by presenting their very first kitchen model. It's called Rialto. Now, still drawing inspiration from the aesthetics of Venice, they are introducing a new model, which is now called San Marco. San Marco features a rectangular island. The worktop, of course, is made from luxurious vetrite. Exactly the same worktop is used in the linear composition as well, and this composition is complemented by upper cabinets made from a very unusual material for Sicis, polished stainless steel. And of course, as always, Sicis pays attention to every detail. Notice how exquisitely the corners of the facade are finished. Behind the concealed pocket doors, there is a hidden sideboard. The doors themselves are finished with panels, once again made from Vetrite, featuring a very attractive design called Natura Mundi. The wall behind the linear composition is also finished with panels in this design. Above the island, we can also see a new addition to the lighting collection, the caddy. Here, as the name suggests, the inspiration comes from the most aristocratic of sports, golf, and this island is also accompanied by Liam chairs, in this case in the bar version, which is likewise the latest addition to the existing collection. After you've prepared a meal in this magical kitchen, of course, you'll need somewhere to serve it. I think you'll definitely find the right solution in the Philippe table collection. They can come in various configurations. They can have different bases. This could be a metal structure or lacquered legs. There can also be lighting, and the lighting can be either continuous or in segments. If you prefer round shapes, then take a look at the Osso's tables. They come in different diameters, either 1 meter 90 or 250, and they always have a rotating segment in the middle, which allows you to share the most delicious dishes. And once you've had your fill, it's time to move on to a digestive in the living room. You can furnish it with one of the modular sofa collections, for example, Botero or Zena. As you may recall, Sicis already had solutions for walk-in wardrobes and in various price segments, both in the super luxury high-end segment and in the more affordable range, at least as affordable as Sicis products can be. This year, Sicis is presenting a collection of modular wardrobes called Aaris. Massimo Raggio, the designer who created this collection, was inspired by the story of a hidden city that was spared from Amaranth's wrath and remained intact. In the same way, you can conceal all your most valuable possessions from prying eyes here. The wardrobe system comes in a standard, measured range. These are modules of 60, 90, and 120. They can be closed with various doors, with doors featuring different finishes. I really like the multi-level vitrite stripes, and of course, the most stunning feature is the illuminated doors. This lighting is integrated inside the door. There are no cable connections in the hinges, so it's an extremely reliable system. When you open the door, the light turns off, and when you close it, you once again have this magnificent accent in the form of a vitrite panel with various designs to choose from. The doors can be either hinged or coplanar. The interior fittings are just as luxurious as in all other Sicis collections. These include leather finishes and some very interesting textures. Naturally, plenty of attention has also been paid to all the functional elements, such as drawers and rails. A dressing table can also be integrated behind these doors. I really like the luxurious sky blue leather. And finally, we find ourselves in a truly stunning lounge, which demonstrates how, in the skilled hands of a designer and architect, all the elements and expertise of the Sicis company can be combined. Here we see furniture upholstered in toile de Jouy fabrics. Moreover, it can come in a variety of color schemes. In the center, there is a truly stunning customized fireplace, above which rises, once again, a bespoke light installation from the Cartana collection. Waves made from Bohème lamps complement the light installation. The walls are finished with wallpaper in a similar design, but here it is important to pay attention to the base. In this case, it is vinyl, and I also really like that they can be backlit, allowing you to create such illuminated panels. As for the upholstery, here Sicis demonstrates all the available options. You can use a single fabric with a contrasting cord. You can upholster the seat and backrest with one fabric and the outer side with a more striking pattern. You can even combine 3 types of fabric in a single piece, as has been done on the celebrity armchairs. And of course, all this comfortable splendor should definitely be complemented with side tables, in this case from the Maya collection, and naturally with poufs, which look luxurious when finished with fringe. And next, we move on to an absolutely magical bar, which is finished with a very unusual vitrite, again with quite an interesting texture. It is slightly matte, giving off mysterious reflections, and there are also integrated lights inside, which are literally like rock crystal. On the floor, there is a marble mosaic from the Cosmoitia collection. The back wall is finished with wallpaper featuring a design similar to the one we saw on the Valaris wardrobe doors. But crowning this entire luxurious, yet at the same time tranquil, composition is a group of lights called Cage. This is also a new product for the year 2025. And these lights can also be used in outdoor spaces. That talented people are talented in everything. And Sicis has once again proven that, while staying true to its own vision and unique aesthetic, it is possible to excel not only in mosaics, which are undoubtedly the factory's historical expertise, but also to work successfully in various areas of interior design, from lighting and furniture to finishing materials. And I think this is worth paying attention to, because with Sicis, either you like it, or you simply can't afford it. And I wish you to save up for it as soon as possible. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.